I did not see you there. My name is Phil van Hest. I have disguised myself to protect my identity. Last year, Alan Berry and I set out to make a documentary film that captured the essence of the Midwestern Fringe Festival circuitry tour. I believe the film has largely succeeded in that it is not terribly interesting. It is interesting, but in a terrible way. Enjoy the film. Ow.
Okay, that was good.
This is at our going away party in Los Angeles, California, and this probably sums up my experience of LA entirely. Hula hooping with my pants down, beer in my hand, waiting for the cops to show up. And after 9 years, I was pretty tired of that, and so was my girlfriend. And 2 days after this party, we packed up our car, put in the cats, and drove across the country and moved to Indianapolis. And we were there to carve out a piece of America for ourselves. I had just won the Midwest Fringe Circuit lottery, which meant I had to write a show. And the longer I put it off, the more I didn't want to do it, because each day that went by made it harder to even think about starting. So I didn't. And then it was too late. I had to write this show, or I was going to be standing in front of a group of people who'd paid money to see me and have nothing to say. Weird.
I think I had the realization a while ago that knowing that you can choose to be happy, knowing that you can decide to be happy, does not actually make you happy. Just knowing is not enough. Just barely halfway there. We should make a is performance
like
worth it?
You're kind of confronting this, like, is this what you really want to do with your life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Be a performer, because who really cares about performance anymore? I mean, look, you guys are making a film about performance. So I'm thinking,
right,
like...
we have to document it for the historical record, because
Yeah.
soon no one will know what the fuck it is anymore.
Okay, today is Saturday, June 18th, 2011. The show as such does not exactly exist yet. And I hope it does. You who are watching this will know whether it worked out or not. I, however, right now do not. The sun just came out though, so fuck this. He does this with that particular blanket every day. This is what I do instead of writing.
I don't think there are any jokes in this show at all. Every year I go through this, like, oh god, there's nothing amusing in here. Fuck. I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna go into $80,000 of debt in a research program to get a doctoral degree, and then I'll just spend the rest of my life touring around giving lectures. Since I've run out of funny things to say, I can always find something that someone at least doesn't know about.
Alright, so I have to take a dump and put some pants on. That's where we are. Who am I doing this for? Why do I have to do anything? There are enough cartoons and video games in the world to keep me pretty happy until death. What makes me do this? Fuck.
That's it for now.
So we're trying to get at the root of this money game. I don't think because we believe we can change it, but so we can understand it better and make better lives for ourselves, at least, and hopefully maybe some other people along the way. God, we're like hippies or something. But I don't know. I don't believe that I could change the world myself.
I don't feel like I could either. I'm just trying to help people be aware that there's a different way. And that maybe the way that, just because we're all really used to the way it is now, doesn't in any way mean it's
What do you
positive.
call a person like that?
A person who's just really used to doing something, even though it's...
a person who thinks they need to make people aware of a better way of being.
A demagogue, prophet, radical...
Egomaniac.
Denial enthusiast.
Nutball.
I guess the what I was getting at, those were good responses, but what I was getting at is you're doing it for a trailer for your show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're making
Oh, whoops.
we're making a trailer.
We're
for
making an
Phil's
ad.
Show. Oh my God, we're making an
I
advertisement.
totally forgot what was going on.
We are making an advertisement so
Yes,
that
a commercial
we can
advertisement.
sell tickets
For money, which I need
to live.
to live.
We're trying to live.
Hello, I'm Phil van Hest. I'm on tour this summer. My show is about the history of Western civilization, beer, religion, women, philosophy, and most of all, money. Money, money, money. What is it? I didn't know. So I came out here into the streets of America to find out, what do people know about money? Where does money come from?
Oh, it's made in a factory.
I guess you could say it comes out of thin air.
Money comes from a figment of our imagination.
Who's responsible for money, God or the devil?
I believe God is.
For money?
Yeah. He take care of his people.
Where does the government get its money?
Oh. I don't know. Us?
Do you know what money is?
Yeah, money is the answer to all problems.
It's like, I guess, well, it's,
like, money doesn't really make any sense anymore.
Money doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Noelle's on her way home, so it looks like she'll definitely be here before we leave for the bus. Oh, hey, Battle Cat. Hey, buddy.
Oh, yeah, look out.
Right now I'm packing for my trip to Kansas City. It's like, ultimately, it's kind of interesting that I picked money as a subject for the show because I don't care about money. Clearly, I don't care about money. If I cared about it, I'd have some. So I've got my business cards, books, clothes, stickers, computer, CDs, paperwork, phone charger, script. You know, there's an item on this list not yet checked off. And it's not gonna be. Time to go. Oh, you're cutting out my demon cock?
I love it, but I just don't, it's like too out of place. It just kind of seems, it's too out of tone, you know? I want you to write another show that's all on the level of this demon cock. But this is like out of nowhere demon cock.
People love veiny, ice-cold demon cock. Taking a hot Carl on their own movement.
What's a hot Carl?
It's when you shit on somebody's chest.
Oh my god, I've often wanted to give you a hot Carl. What's trunking?
Trunking is when you engage so frequently and vigorously in anal sex that the rectum begins to protrude out of your anus.
Ew! Ew! Ew!
And then you would fillet that. Well, may it always spring to mind every time you see the Republican Party logo. Counting their accountants who are counting the free money to lend any of it out, and Congress is too busy. Man, it is exciting just thinking about all of the wide... Yes, like all the goat fucking time they do. Okay, Venus brought to you by Coca-Cola. International rates of smarmy comedians remain steady. I'm Phil Van Hest, NPR News, live in Kansas City. Okay.
How'd you feel about that one?
It's 5 p.m. The show is in an hour and a half. I don't know. I don't know. I just dripped a bead of sweat onto the leather couch out of my armpit. I will let that be the statement regarding my feelings at this moment. This is the opening night of my 4-city Fringe tour. This is the first performance public ever of this particular draft of Mother Banking Bank Holes, and it is the opening night of the Kansas City Fringe Festival, the first performance of the festival. You know, I don't want to let people down on our first time together. You know, you want to perform well. So having performance anxiety doesn't help that in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to get things straight in my head, and we're going to see if anyone thinks what I have to say is amusing or interesting.
I'm definitely in a place in my life where I'm asking some bigger life questions. Because in one way or another, I've been pursuing this since I was fresh out of high school. So it's like almost 2 decades for me. And I guess I have kind of sacrificed every single bit of normalcy for what exactly? I don't know. You know, I mean, I definitely have asked myself lately, like, what is life supposed to be about? And it's all cliches. I mean, I guess I want it to be happy, and I guess I am doing that to some extent. I don't know. I mean, I have lots of friends who are my age who have all the normal things and are totally miserable.
Glad you're here, buddy. No one was a more arrogant 19-year-old than myself. I was sure that by age 30, I would have accomplished absolutely everything. People past 29 just didn't get it. They were sad, losers. Probably spent most of their time beating off in public restrooms, a pair of stolen panties on their head, crying, eating donuts. So lame.
So why am I doing it? Well, you know what? This is just what I've built for myself. I feel like I've become good at it, and I enjoy it. When I'm on stage, it's 100% satisfying. When I'm off stage, you can only look at porn so much. You can only sleep so much. You can only walk around aimlessly in a city so much. I don't know, like a vast amount of my week is kind of boring and lonely.
Thank you so much for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Phil. You have been you. Together we have been the Kansas City Fringe Festival. That's it. You're free to go.
It is over. Well, it is begun.
Cigarette holder, which wigs me over her shoulder. She digs me. Now cattin' my satin doll. Baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo, you're tripping. And that in my satin doll. Look out, she's nobody's fool, but she's playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Switcheroony telephone numbers, well, you know, doing my rumbas with Uno. Speaks Latin. satin, my satin doll.
You five coming?
Yay.
Winner, winner, booby dinner. That was good. I'm done. And let's get some tacos.
My biggest challenge, I guess, is just inspiring people to come and see, you know, everything. That's always a challenge, to get butts in seats, because I want to have a good show, and I want the people at my venue to have a good show and a good time. My roots are here, and so what I do makes an impact to the city, and that's how I am repaid, I guess, is that I'm such a weirdo that, like, no, it's worth it to me. I think as artists, you do what you do because you don't, that's what you can do. That's what you can give to the world. And so, to me, the fact that I can continue to do it and people notice and appreciate it, it's worth it. Right?
Don't want any of your socialist hippie care about those less fortunate than us bullshit. You just hang on to your deciliters, son. I want to pay for every ounce of care that I get. Was it Jesus who laid his hands? So now we have footage of what it looks like when I forget what I'm talking about. I've got no one to blame but myself, you know, but I think it was okay. I don't think I ruined anyone's day, but it did interrupt the flow. Are you guys doing show shout-outs?
Yeah. Oh, we have another show.
Mother banking bank holes.
Mother banking bank holes is at some point this week at Fringe. I don't know when.
Monday, 6:30.
Monday at 6:30. Is it at the fish tank?
It is.
It's at the fish tank. What will you be doing at Mother Banking Bank Holes?
This for about a solid hour. Oh, it's a comedy about love. Mother Banking Bank Holes is a show about love, goats, beer, money, and all our fucking freedom.
Okay. That's the late night. And your name is Phil?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Mother Banking Bank Holes.
I tried to do some guerrilla printing at the FedEx Kinko's.
What you thought?
Thrilled. Close. Oh, I see. Trying to do a budget reprint of flyers so I can spend the rest of the week getting people to go to my Thursday and Friday shows in Kansas City. And it's a good thing that my show is about the economy and not about the environment. I'm going to be coming back to this machine in a second. They usually have scissors. Something about the magic of Scotch tape is not picked up by the copy machine. Yep, there's that tape. I'm not going to put labels on these. I'm just going to handwrite it on these four, and then photocopy that again.
Scissors, maybe. Oh, hold on.
This isn't going to work. They don't line up because I shrank one and not the other. What? This isn't professional? It's got tape on it. All right. Well, that was fun. That's $1.35. So the Tea Party, I mean, they started out with good intentions. They were mad as hell, and they weren't gonna take it anymore. Well, it's on TV. They started out, they wanted to prosecute the banks. They wanted to hold the banks accountable. The people who caused this mess, they were gonna pay. Then somewhere along the line, someone convinced them that would be a terrible idea. I don't know who might have done that. It's an eternal mystery, the answers to which we may never know. But now they have their sights set on the real culprits. Teachers, union members, and those goddamn poor people. What is wrong with these poor people? They keep needing things, and why do they insist on remaining poor at a time like this? It is unpatriotic of them. So of course, I'm not really surprised by this attitude from people in the Tea Party. These are people who are so out of touch that when they started, they called themselves the Teabaggers. They just took a hot Carl on themselves right from the get-go. You know, maybe we should take a lesson from that. Maybe today we'll start a petition. We can start an anti-democratic group called the Donkey Punchers. And then we will start an anti-Republican group called the Trunking Party. And then they can all get together and put on their Roman helmets and duke it out for the angry pirate vote while arguing about the benefits of space docking with the Russians. Dirty people explain it to the innocent people. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been me, you have been you. Together we have been my final night of the Kansas City International Fringe Festival. Thank you so much. Good night. Today I just felt poorly. Like, do I need medication? Like, why would I be sad right now? Smart ass. Why am I so sad? I'll be on the stage right here. You can come pick some up and say hello. I would appreciate that. I've enjoyed this immensely. My name has been Phil. You have been you. Together we have been the where the fuck am I? The Minneapolis Fringe Festival. Opening night jitters. So please go forth and tell everyone you have ever met in your entire lives to see my show. And thank you so much. Good night. So I thought it was better. I think it had a lot of good points. I think it still needs the ending needs to be different. The ending is like, I felt it cruising along pretty good, and then it hits this point right towards the end where it just goes, and then it gets picked up a little bit at the end and with the sticker routine, but it's like the whole climax of the show doesn't exist. It just ends, and there doesn't seem to be a unifying anything. So, and I'm really struggling with that. Like, I don't want to end the show be like, so go vote and pull your money out of your banks and put it in a different bank, and like, that shit doesn't work. It just makes people feel shitty. So.
Okay, so two words you don't want me to yell.
Huh?
So there's 2 words you don't want me to yell. All right.
No, I don't want you to yell without a reason to yell. You know?
Okay. What's the next note?
Why do you yell?
For effect.
What effect?
Of dramatizing the delivery of the material.
Why?
To have an impact on the audience. Look, I won't do it. Can we move on to the next note? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can we move on to the next note?
Don't be mad. I think that no.
I'm not. You just you gave me a note and then you kept explaining it for another 2 minutes. So I got it.
I want to understand. I want to understand what effect you're trying to achieve, because maybe I can help you make sure you get that, because I don't think you are getting the effect you want. Because when you yell, your audience is pretty much silent.
That's fine. It was not supposed to make them laugh right then. We pay more money every year on the interest to our loans than the entire economic output of Argentina. We pay more money every month on our loans to interest than the entire annual GDP of Bolivia. See, learning could be fun. But even if we somehow manage to pay back all of the money that we've borrowed from the bank, we let the Bush tax cuts expire, we closed corporate tax loopholes, reformed Medicare, stopped starting wars and let the ones that are going on, and moved into our mom's basement while we figured our shit out for a while. By the time we climbed back up into the rubble, we would still exist in an economy that uses loans to generate wealth. And I'm not saying that I have a better plan. I'm not saying that a debt-based economy is the worst idea imaginable. I'm just saying it's the worst idea possible to imagine, which is slightly different. If it was going to work, it has to work for us, as opposed to now, where we work for it. And what really grinds my goat about all of this is that human beings invented this system. We did this to us. People have done this to us. This is a system we created, yet somehow no one is in control of it anymore. No, like, well, we can theorize about it, but it's kind of doing its own thing. There's really not much we can do. Like, economists are like these pygmies with pointy sticks and loincloths. Like, I can't even see it. I don't know what I'm doing. If you ask a CEO, like, hey man, why did you sign off on that plan to do natural gas drilling that you know for a scientific fact is going to dump thousands of pounds of toxins into the local drinking supply? Why did you do that? They'll say the same thing. It's not me, man. A very strange concept of the average American CEO, but it's not me, man. I'm not screwing you, it's the corporation. Well, you run the corporation. Maybe you could just pull out a little bit and we'd all feel better. Like, I can't, man. Here, look at this chart. You're not in it. I have to push this poison you button. What you're doing is immoral. Just quit, walk away. Love to, man, but I've got a family. And even if I did quit, they just hire someone else who'd be in here later this afternoon pushing this button. Sorry, buddy. No free will in the free market. No choice. I don't want to raise your APR. I have to. I don't want to foreclose on your house. I have to. There's no humanity in this anymore, man. I mean, I could be replaced by one of those plastic drinking birds at any minute. Nobody wants this to happen. I will be right here for a bit after the show. Thank you so much for coming. I have been Phil. You have been you. Together we have been Monday night of the Minneapolis Fringe Festival.
It's weird because it was a really good show.
Yeah, well, I took Noelle's notes. And a cool crowd. Yeah, I just instead of being like all doom and gloom, I just tried to keep it a little more lighthearted and more funny ridiculousness, and I think that really worked.
Yeah.
So instead of being all pissed off, and normally people love when you're angry, but I'll just leave it to Lewis Black to stay angry, and I'll try to keep it lighthearted.
So all my shows have been autobiographical. I seem to be drawn to exploring on stage the most mortifying and embarrassing moments of my life, the experiences I've had that have been tragically awful and a testament to my inability to find love or be socially acceptable. So this follows that tradition. I feel out of sync, out of step with other people who are my age, which is fine. I'm actually okay with that. But it feels weird sometimes. Like, it feels weird that I'm living in a studio apartment at this age, that I'm living like I'm a college student, that I'm eating ramen. I have no 401k, no savings, no Social Security. I'm not paying into Social Security, so I don't expect to get any later. Just complete, I feel like I've sacrificed everything that makes a human feel safe in the United States. I've sacrificed the feeling of comfort, safety, and a support system. And nothing I need is going to get bought, procured, covered, owned, installed. I mean, that's happened. That's completely happened.
What do you do?
Well, I've borrowed a lot of money from friends. I mean, I'm embarrassed. I am. I'm embarrassed to live this way. I'm embarrassed that I'm a parasite. Yeah. I had a boyfriend named David. I met him where all fat girls meet their first boyfriends, at the Renaissance Festival. I was a basic wench, and he played the recorder in a minstrel band. I would say, "Why, sir, may I touch thine instrument?" And he would say, "What ho?" And it just kind of went from there. He was so painfully shy, and I'm so loud, and nobody could believe we were together. But we were for 10 years. I wish I could turn into a person who didn't have to write about awkward moments and despair and embarrassment and mortification in my life. I would love to never have another moment of rejection that I had to contemplate writing a show about. I wish that would happen. Fucking let it happen. But it hasn't.
Oh, gee, snuck up on me there. You're like ninjas.
It's pretty intense. Focused.
I'm just easily surprised. Yeah, well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. Like, no, he's very focused. He doesn't have some kind of social problem. Or
Yeah, like that.
You've got a lovely ensemble going on. That is a hot shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's the kind of shirt that would have gotten me beat up in junior high. I'm glad that you're wearing it now. But this conversation is not without its price, I'm afraid.
What, you're in a...
Oh. This is me. I'm in the huge theater, so I thought I would come hand out cards to people who already knew where the place was, because, well, enjoy the program, you guys.
Thank you. Nice to visit.
I can't promise I won't recognize you without that shirt on, but I'll try to wave. Sometimes you accomplish something, and most times you're not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's a compliment saying that you would have wore that shirt in junior high, you would have got beat up.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks for the critique. I don't hear you saying much until afterwards.
I feel like I haven't sacrificed anything because the pros of being a performer, for me, far outweigh the cons. I can imagine myself not performing, and when I'm not working on shows, I'm going crazy. And just the feeling of being on stage or performing makes me feel more alive than anything else does. So, I mean, there are definitely things that I've given up, but I don't necessarily think that there are sacrifices, because this is what I want, and this is what I'm working for.
Skedaddle to Seattle, skedaddle, skedaddle to Seattle. My mom and my brothers, they taught me lots of awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, like what?
Like don't do that and go to your room and you're being a bad boy and stop it right now, shut the fuck up, oh my god, you're fucking driving me crazy!
And Becca says,
well, you're a child, the whole world's in front of you. Like school,
and kisses,
and ice cream,
and boobies.
Child, I'm a child, we're children. Yeah!
Next, we have a gentleman who happens to be a cover story in this week's Nouveau, the fabulously sexy and now Indianapolis native, Phil the Void.
So I did just move to Indianapolis from Los Angeles to pursue a career in show business. Clearly I have my shit together.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a show tonight, do you?
No.
Tomorrow.
I'm just promoting myself.
Self-promotion is the name of the game here.
Who's this guy?
Which guy?
This guy right here.
Oh. Yeah, that couldn't hurt. So I'm capitalizing on my cover article. This is the show that I'm doing.
There's one show here in the years that I would see it.
I'm capitalizing on my cover article. Would you like to come see my show? That's me. Hello, I'm Phil. I remember you.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've met before.
Yeah, we have.
Well, hooray for us. This is the show I'm doing. Let me add to your collection here.
Hello, would you like to, this is me, would you like to go see my show? All right. Good luck. Farewell.
Oh, hi. Phil, how are you? Hi. How are you? Good to see
Welcome
you.
back.
Did you move here?
I did.
Well, you know what? We read that. It's Indy's newest native son or whatever.
That's me.
Good deal.
Hey, you've got one of me too. That's me.
That's you?
And this is the show I'm doing this year.
Okay.
Apparently it's pretty good.
Is it?
I think we're done with the Phoenix Theater. What do you hope to get out of performing at Fringe festivals?
I don't know. I guess you'd like. It's nice if there's some sort of fiscal element that you can walk home with, which is not always the case. So I don't do it for that. That's nice if you can do it. But I guess I'd like to introduce myself to a bunch of new audiences. Really, in this case, a new country. A country where until a few days ago I didn't know if anyone would even laugh with me when I said things over a microphone.
Platypus came ambling up the bank. "Good day, Dingo," he said, snapping his bill. "What is all that water for?" "I'm brewing up a gooey, chewy stew with that fat wombat," replied Dingo, with a toothy grin. What a bunch of shit. In Adelaide, I'd get to that part of the show, which was very early on. I would throw the book on the ground every night, and every night people in Adelaide would say, "No." Like they expected me to read the whole fucking book.
So you've been at this for a while. Is it worth it?
Financially.
The amount of time you put in, yeah, the amount of money you don't get, the amount of absentee respect in the community kind of thing. Like everyone kind of appreciates it, but
that's what's disappointing. Before I answer yes or no to that question, when I see you and your name and how well you're doing here, and then still see a show and you point out, or even when I asked to have a drink with you, "Do you want a beer?" I said, and you're like, "I'm trying to save money." I'm like, I should be doing that too, and I am. And I'm like, but this guy surely is doing well. And then you say it in your show, you know, he's got no money. And I just go, this is sad. So, is it worth it? If you're talking money, so far, I guess no. It was just sad to say that, but yes, it's worth it. I don't know what else I do. I have no interest in anything else. It's worth it in the way you wake up and want to hang out with someone awesome, or you know, the way you crave something, you know, like food. Performing at a Fringe Festival is like food.
Now that's funny.
I don't know got engaged in preschool. You may not have known that.
I brought you this.
I definitely didn't.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Who is it?
Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm just gonna go this way now.
Okay.
That was fun, though.
She's gorgeous.
hello, here, I brought you this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They're either fuck you, I'm not even gonna look at you, or yeah, we're going. Hi, hold on. Hey, you. This is me, take a card. I'm famous this week.
Nathan! He's this guy.
It is that guy. Oh, it is
It's that guy.
How are you?
I'm doing this thing as me.
This is Phil.
Phil?
Hi.
Nathan, hi.
What's going on, children? Are you going to the Fringe Festival this year?
No.
Oh, all right then.
Never been.
That fucking guy taped my show one year and then tried to charge me $200 for the tape. And I don't think I was very polite in the email reply. I was like, oh yeah? Fuck you. How about that, dick?
Can I have everyone's attention, please? If you are here for Phil's amazing show, Mother Banking Bankroll, if we can have prepaid tickets come up first. If you have already bought a ticket, please come up first, and they're going to let you in. And and get you seated. If you do not have a prepaid ticket, we still love you. If you could line up and not clump, that would be awesome. But you're going to clump anyway, so I don't know why. Thank you, Rebecca.
There's a lot of things that people know, a lot of things people think they know about the Federal Reserve, so quick fact sheet. The Federal Reserve is a private institution. It has its board members appointed by the government, but it is not part of the government. It is where the U.S. Treasury does its banking. It is where the government gets all of its money in the form of loans from this central bank. It is where most all banks in the country do their banking. It is the mother bank, if you will, and while it is not part of our government, it was founded by our government under President Woodrow Wilson in the year 1913, and in the past 98 years has grown to achieve the mythical status of a god. Not quite as powerful, but still a faith-based system. Equally mysterious, and just as difficult to explain to children. Daddy, what is the Fed?
Oh, little Thurston Jr. The Fed is a glorious institution that creates money and wealth and prosperity for everybody.
How do they do that, Daddy?
Oh, my little precious pot. Oh, you know, there's the QE1, and we've got QE2, and then there's free market invisible hand. Trickle down.
Daddy, why does the Fed let bad things happen to good people?
Well, some people are not created equal. No. Some people do not deserve to. No. The Fed loves you very much, Thurston Jr.
Thank you so much for coming out. I've been Phil, you have been you. Together we have been the Indianapolis Fringe Festival. Fare thee well.
House music out, house lights out, sound cue 1, let that play.
Cool. Is
Bring
that
up
just the first track, or which track?
Yeah, that'll
is
be
that?
track 1.
Okay.
Is that the lady who lives here?
Yeah, the lady who came in.
It's interesting. I've never performed in someone's house
Yeah.
before.
It has benefits and drawbacks.
Name some of the benefits.
Benefits? They've been very helpful, and just have been. That's pretty much it. They've been really helpful.
Yeah, Kurt and I each have our shows playing here at the Human Thread, which is located conveniently under the Highway 90, 94, 290 on-ramp intersection, located next to a gas station in case you're running low on gas. The space is a what the fuck is wrong with people in this town? So it's a semi-converted art loft space, and there's a lady who lives upstairs.
She was washing dishes during your show, right?
She was washing dishes during the show, and I guess she's letting the Fringe use the space, so that was very nice. But that was where her kindness stopped. She's like, all right, you can use the space, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to continue my pot dropping policy during your show. Or just, you know, just wandering around. Just, it's like there's a ghost in the attic during the show, so that's been nice.
1-3, 1-3. 3-2 check. 3-2 check, check. Chump check.
Bank Holes. It is a comedy about love, goats, beer, the history of Western civilization, and all our fucking freedom. What I got? Thursday? I don't know. Look it up. Mother Banking Bank. It's on the fucking internet, okay? You're on the internet right now. This shit is not at a film festival. You are probably alone in your room, looking at, checking your email. You're like, oh, I got a Twitter update. Oh, what's this video? Oh, it's this guy. Mother Banking Bank Holes. Type it in. Use the hashtag fucking whatever it is. CHFFF #012. Type that in, and you'll find me. I'm there for you. Hello, Phil van Hest, Chicago 2011 International Foosball Champion.
Nice.
Also, I'm doing this show.
This one here? Oh, this show.
Mm-hmm. This one. This one right here. Also eating a turkey wrap. Made it myself. You're welcome. I'm glad we did this. Well, lovely to meet you. I'm
nice
Phil.
To meet you as well. Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Denise. Stay out of the rain.
I've got a poncho.
Wear it.
Hey,
Phil van Hest, International Foosball Champion. Doesn't have anything to do with the show. I just wanted you to know. See a comedy by a foosball champion.
Awesome, thank you.
Lunch break. She'll share with you.
I'll share.
She looks like a kindergarten graduate.
You know, that's by myself.
You got it? You good? All right. I'm really putting my heart into it.
Yeah, as I say, I will always question your eating and mingling with people at the same time that aren't eating.
I'm a busy guy. And with a sandwich in one hand, with my other hand, I can hand out flyers, just like that.
Definitely go.
I was hoping there was a garbage can on the corner that I could actually watch her put it into. Hi, I'm Phil.
Are you going to go see the show?
I wasn't gonna. What is
you
it?
better.
Better, huh?
Oh, and you're going to see that and you're not going to see this?
I've got work to do.
Oh, please.
This is my lunch break.
Oh, please.
You're friendly.
Do you guys not care about good art?
No, I'm too busy making it.
Please. Oh, don't give me
She's
that.
very indifferent about
Do
art.
not
And if
give
we
me
could only
that.
get her to get enthused, it'd be...
If only we could get her riled up about something.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of personality in there just waiting to come out. If only someone would provide you like, some kind of platform.
Yeah.
You're the star of this show, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Maybe I should try that for my show. Be like, you're not going to see my show? Fuck you, buddy. What's the matter with you? There's art going on in there.
What you want to do is just
But
hire
this
her
one
to
there
stand
real-
out front.
But this
I
one, there
should,
really
yeah.
is art going on it.
As opposed to mine, where it's just a guy in pants.
We weren't going to say that.
We're hoping.
They're art pants. Yeah. Enjoy the program. It starts at 7, right?
No, it starts at 7:30.
No, it starts at 7.
Then we will enjoy it.
Oh, if it
But
start,
clearly you won't, which is a shame.
I am.
And you won't.
Not
And you
only
need
am
to
I
enjoy it.
ashamed, but I was born a sinner. So I've got two things going for me. Full of shame and sin. God, I fucking had it. I don't want to talk to strangers on the road for money anymore. I mean, ultimately, that was one of the reasons I don't want to do Fringe anymore. I don't want to spend the hours of my day walking around someplace I've never been before, trying to talk people into coming to see my show and putting up with their fucking shit. I'm tired of the gamble. Like, sometimes it's cool. And you know what? Those times are great. You have a rapport with people.
you chat them up. But you know what? Most of the time, those people are artists, and they're not going to pay to come see your show. So I'm glad, oh, I made some more friends. You know what? I got thousands of friends. I don't need any more friends. I need people who are going to come pay to watch the stupid fucking shit that comes out of my mouth. And I just don't like the dice roll. I'm done with the dice roll.
You want to be an artist, not a promoter.
Basically. And I don't think promoters wander around on the streets subjecting themselves to harassment from potential theater goers. It's just a pain in the ass. See, watch, look how hard this is. Would you take this flyer?
Probably not.
See? Bullshit.
So far, I've had 3 shows and 7 people have come to see that show. Thursday night, I did my very first show for absolutely 0 people. I've been performing for 17 years and touring the Fringe for the last 8 years, and this is the very first time ever that nobody paid to come see the show. So at this point, I have 1 more show tonight and 1 more tomorrow. I don't know how much heaven and earth I can move to get people to come to my show. And I'm trying to decide how bad I feel about the fact that I don't fucking care anymore. Goodbye, Fringe. So this will be a real fun sort of farewell to the Fringe circuit for me. You know, I started off really hot, and then I got to Chicago, and nobody cared, nobody went to the show, and I thought, all right, it's a good message. It's time to move on, time to be done with Fringe.
And if you pay attention while you grow up in this country, very clearly you begin to see the main thrusting point of the United States economy with its constant cycles of market crashes and bubble burstings. This existence, the best life I can hope for, will be spent sacrificing my goals, dreams, aspirations, any sense of real meaning, my time on this planet, sacrificing it for a person, place, person, thing, company, or LLC that I do not care for or particularly understand, all in exchange for a small piece of stability, just a little bit of security at the end of my long, long economic rope, only to find at the edge of retirement, after a lifetime spent pushing all the right buttons and investing in all the right things and jumping all the right rope, that, oops, we're very sorry, Mr. Van Hest, but they have done it again, and a series of poor-sighted fiscal decisions made by greed incarnate in confluence with the accidental malice of unforeseeable market conditions have conspired to rob you of your entire life's vitality. Better luck next time? There's no next time. And this certain uncertainty is a guarantee that in this economy all my life can ever be is filled with anxiety. And is that why I'm depressed? Maybe. It was the best-selling one to date.
Oh, cool. I mean,
9 paying customers. So that just almost tripled my last 3 shows. But it was the joke that I made up, the one about like, look, just tell me whose hand is up your ass, so I'm voting blind. Let me just show me the shit-stained fist, Exxon. Or whatever it was that I said, like that got a spontaneous burst of applause from the crowd. So they just want me to say the word shit more. They want their political humor to be a lot more sexually graphic. That's where all the big laugh lines are. So that was fine. It's like I'll probably have a pretty good house tomorrow. Maybe it'll cover my entrance fee. And then we'll go home. You used to do Fringe festivals, right?
I did Fringe festivals a long time ago now, I guess. I stopped in 2004-ish or something like that. Now it's 2011. And it was like a lot of fun, and like I had so devastating financially for me.
To tour Fringe was not like the best thing?
No.
For the pocketbook?
No, it wasn't. And I was, first of all, if I didn't tell anyone that, they thought that I was a success, so that was interesting. And I think, first of all, as an actor, you're sold this idea, or as an actor-creator, you're sold this idea that, first of all, if you believe in it, it's going to work out, which is an absolute total lie. And another is if you follow your heart, money's going to follow, which is even more of a lie if you work in small theater and what you excel at is entertaining 100 people at a time who are not willing to pay more than $5 a head for what you do. Not possible. So when people tell you, when your parents are hippies and they tell you stuff like that, they grew up in the 70s when there was more arts funding. It's pretty much what it amounts to. I'm spending money to do this sort of work and meet people and connect with people creatively. I'm pretty much doing the equivalent of attending a model train convention annually for a lot of money. And if this is going to be a hobby, I, on $20,000 a year, living in the city of Toronto, can't afford a hobby this expensive. And I think that there's a lot of people not admitting what they're doing as a hobby. I don't regret trying it. I think I stuck around longer than my finances could allow because I kept believing that this one could be financially viable. And don't get me wrong, I got artistic praise too from doing them. I would say try it. It's definitely a gamble, but just because you're good at something doesn't mean you'll succeed. And just because you're terrible doesn't mean you'll fail.
I'm thinking of giving up the life, you know. I've got other stuff I want to do than hand out postcards to people on the street.
Why would you continue to do this if you had other options? Is that good advice?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, I guess you've got to weigh your options. Do you want to like make money and be a grown-up? In which case, don't keep doing the Fringe. Or do you want to be like a king in this very small domain where you can sleep with any woman you want, who are like lame actor girls? Those are your choices. And you've got a great girlfriend, so I think the choice is pretty clear. You got to just do the college circuit or something.
Okay. Thanks, Becky Johnson.
No, thanks, Phil van Hest. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Marching towards destiny. The night we have known was coming for a year-ish. The end of the 2011 Midwest. Oh, that crowd you were talking about? They're leaving. They were there for something else. Turnout for my final triumphant Midwest Fringe Circuit Tour performance is estimated to be, I'm gonna say, 6 people.
8?
No, just six total. I'm not expecting anyone to pay for this. A little gas money would be nice, but I'm here.
Looking good?
Oh yeah, looking good. Already my estimate has been blown out of the water.
Probably no more so than this summer did I want to just never have to do this again. I partially persevered because I was still angry at myself for quitting so many other things. When it got hard, I would just quit. This time, I wouldn't let myself. It got hard, and I let it be hard. You know what it is? It's the commitment to it. It's changing your mind to accept commitment from yourself to yourself.
So was it worth it?
Yes.
Fill the Void, Mother Banking Bankholes, Chicago Fringe Festival 2011 review, posted by Ben Kenigsberg. Self-proclaimed consciousness-raising comedian
Phil van Hest, begins his stand-up routine on a democratic note, shaking the hands of audience members. Unfortunately, most of what he has to say won't raise the consciousness of anyone who stayed awake for 90 seconds of the debt ceiling debate. Affecting the air of a professional wise-ass, Van Hest takes us through a history of civilization which he views as intimately entwined with the development of alcohol and particularly the rise of banks. Occasional bits, such as the one dealing with the difficulty of explaining the Fed's mission, hit home. But mostly, Van Hest's zings tend toward the obvious. The Tea Party. This is a group so out of touch with reality that when they started, they called themselves the Teabaggers. That was me doing an impression of myself. And the Witless. Politically, the material is simplistic in ways that frequently undermine Van Hest's message. The smugness of the act recalls Jon Stewart's assessment of MoveOn.org, something that makes even people who agree with you cringe. Close quote, close review, close iPad. Like, he really hated it. Like, and not just didn't like the show, but it was like, Phil's kind of a dick. He's kind of a dick. He clearly doesn't really even know what he's talking about. Hasn't done any research. If you own a TV, you already know this stuff. I guess the most personally annoying part was just that I worked really hard not to be like condescending or smug. So a good note for me is that I'm not doing that well enough, because at least one person thinks I am an overconfident wise-ass who just doesn't give a fuck. So if I'm still portraying that kind of image or projecting that vibe, that character to even one person in the crowd, then clearly I'm fucking up. Also, fuck this guy, what a jerk.
I cannot believe you sat through the entire thing. But you did, didn't you, Mom? Credits.
No! Credits have already been shown.
There, see, that's the piece of audio I wanted. No! The credits have already been shown. Shut up, Alan.